My name is David Parris. Growing up in Trinidad and Tobago, I was always fascinated with tattoos. I saw it as a way of expressing yourself through ink on skin, a wearable story. My parents, however, always pushed me away from getting one. They were not as interested or involved in the creative field as I am. Creativity in Trinidad and Tobago is not seen as such a respected career compared to medicine or law. My family is very religious and conservative in their views, which means that they are strictly against tattoos. I never understood why tattoos were always portrayed in such a negative light. If tattoos were so bad, then why are there so many people with tattoos now? Why can't we consider this art, but this criminal, this beautiful, but this evil? I've been considering getting a tattoo, so making this documentary, I wanted to understand the tattoo process through the artist's eyes, and why there are so many misconceptions and taboos against tattoos.
Hi, I'm Kamika Hernandez, and I'm a tattoo artist here at Body Art Caribbean.
I'm Nigel Joseph, the artist and proprietor of Godhead Tattoos.
My name is Tariq Mahammed. I'm a tattoo artist at Body Art Caribbean. I'm 40 years old.
I wanted a tattoo really bad, but I didn't have a lot of money to spend, so I ended up going by a really kind of sketchy place, and the artist was really late, but it was a really simple, small tattoo that I wanted for my first one. And after seeing the whole process and what the artist did, I felt like I could have done a better job. I kind of got into some schooling problems, and I decided that I needed a job. And I had a lot of experience in the art industry from beforehand. So I felt like I could have done a really good job doing this. So I looked and I scoured and I tried to find different places that would take me, but a lot of them wanted me to pay for the training, but I could not without pay also. So I ended up just sending out my portfolio to here, and they really liked my work, but they couldn't pay me. So I was like, fine, that's fine with me. I will do it for free. I will take the time and I'll sit down and I'll learn whatever you all want to teach me. And that's where it all started, basically.
I was always into art as a child, and I had friends who used to, well, when we came of age and you got old enough to get a tattoo and your parents would let you get a tattoo, friends used to message me and ask me to design stuff for them. So I just decided that if I could design it for you, best I go and buy a couple machines and do the tattoo, figure out how to do it. So you just get the design and the tattoo by me. It was just supposed to be a hobby and a part-time thing, make a little extra money, but now it's full-time.
Any other tattoo artists
Quite a few. A lot of tattoo artists. A lot of tattoo artists in Trinidad right now. It's been picking up as a viable business, and tattoos have become very trendy. It's a way to make a lot of money.
I never expected to be doing tattoos, This is like the last medium that I picked up. Because I paint, I draw, I still draw a lot with pen and pencil. It's still my favorite medium. But I work in charcoal, pastel, all paint mediums, watercolor, acrylic, oils. Like I say, I'm just passionate about art. And the glass, for me, the glass is my really big passion, I happen to be really, really good at the glass. My first foray into tattoos was, I was 21 years old, I was away spending time. I was supposedly going to flight school. And it started when I was dropping my mom to the airport. She said, well, don't do anything stupid while I'm gone. I said, stupid like what? She said, like get a tattoo. And little did she know, that poor woman. I had a tattoo appointment at 10:30 the following morning, the Sunday morning. Now this was a flash shop. For those who don't know what a flash shop is, a flash shop is one of those shops where all the walls in the shop are covered with designs. Pre-made designs, some colored, some just black and white. And you go in there and you pick a design off the wall and that's what you would get. That's how it has always been since, I suppose, since the dawn of time when it came over the Western world with sailors and so on. This old guy, he was a Hell's Angel. I didn't know this, but he was tattooed all over, you know, and he was pretty rough as nails, you know. So my turn, when I sat in that chair, I said, is this gonna hurt, man? And he says, nah, man, it's a piece of cake. And he put his forearm on the back of my neck like this, and I swear he must have did the longest line on that little tattoo. I thought that was a 6-inch nail dragging across my back. Now this is in the era of the acetate stencil shop. Everybody knows about hectograph, carbon paper. Acetate stencil was like a clear plastic film. And you took like a old throwing dart or something like that, and you would scribe your design on it. Now you didn't just do one, you had to do two. You had to do a left one and a right one. And the reason being is because where you press that line with that dull or old throwing dart, that was where that made the groove. So how are you going to get that stencil onto his skin now? So what they did was they had fine graphite powder, which is the same thing that is what makes a pencil. And they would take that graphite powder and throw that onto that acetate stencil and just shake off the excess. And the little bit that was caught in those fine little grooves, he rubbed a really thin film of Vaseline on your skin, and then he placed that stencil. Now there was a procedure to do those tattoos in those days too. You started on the bottom right or the bottom left, and you worked your way around, depending on where you started from. Now today you have that hectograph thing and you have that stencil stuff. You would wipe that on his skin and you stick that stencil on. You could put your hand smack in the middle of that tattoo and start and do the eyes on that little portrait one time and take your hand off and it's going to be there still. So there's a whole craft, not an art, but a craft that is totally gone now. It's keeping up with the times and so on, you know?
All through my life, I was pushed through a highly religious household. I went to a Roman Catholic primary school, a Roman Catholic secondary school, and now a secular university. My opinions about tattoos really grew at a point where I didn't feel as though I fit in. I didn't have my own sense of identity and felt lost in a place I called home. I thought that tattoos would help me understand myself through a collection of stories leading up to that point in my life. I see them as a sign of independence and freedom to express yourself. During this time, tattoos would have meant so much to me when I felt like I didn't have that freedom.
Tattoos for me are deep expression of self. It's a certain rite of passage, not just with the tribe here. It's a rite of passage with yourself too. A lot of people use tattoos when I say the right way. I mean like to really mark something auspicious or even something life-changing or life-altering in their lives. And those are great tattoos. The person who does a tattoo like that or comes for a tattoo like that, that's a great tattoo. That's my opinion of tattoos. Something that's going to be there permanently, you know, for the rest of their life. Make it a good one, man. You know? Make it a good one.
Self-expression mostly, you know, tattoos is self-expression. To give a tattoo, especially if somebody notice your artwork and they appreciate it and they like it and they want you to do it, is an honor. Basically, it's an honor. There are a lot of people who don't like tattoos and not into tattoos. When somebody's wearing the tattoo, like came and get tattooed from you, at least you're trying to give them the best work so that when they see it, they mightn't like tattoos, but they're gonna say, oh, that's a nice tattoo, or that's a clean tattoo, or that's a nice piece of artwork on your skin, you know? When I first started tattooing, they didn't think it would have been the best career move. You know, your parents always want you to end up doing something like being a lawyer or finance executive or something like that. As the business has been growing and picking up, and a lot of people have been getting more tattoos, there's some money that can be made in the business. They realize I could survive and make a living, pay my bills, so it's not so much of a big deal anymore. Everybody used to associate tattoos with as something bad, you know, you're a thug or, you know, a gangster, or for the ladies, of course, you know, we used to say about the ladies. And now it's a trendy thing, it's more fashionable. A lot of people get tattoos to decorate their body now, or as a memorial to remember lost loved ones and that kind of thing. But basically, to me right now, they're very trendy and fashionable, and it's like a accessory more than anything else. Young people mostly get the tattoos because they see like celebrities that they look up to, or you know, footballers. You've seen a lot of footballers with tattoos. For the younger people, I think they want to get tattoos because of that. Some, like I said, it's fashionable. They want to get a tattoo because it's something that they're interested in getting. Older people, it's not a taboo thing to get a tattoo with the older people now.
My more conservative side of the family, like my grandmothers, they weren't particularly happy about it because they're very religious people. But my parents always supported me in the sense that once I was doing something constructive and I could support myself, they were proud of me. So it's kind of give-take kind of thing. I understand that they would be a little bit more conservative, but they see the work that I do and they're pretty proud of me. So I would get the occasional, what you doing? But they see the work and they could admire it at least and appreciate it. In the beginning, when I wasn't really making anything, I got a little pushback from my father because he wanted me to go down the path of security. You know, the usual path of going to school and getting a career and following that. But I've always been a bit of an odd child. I'm more interested in the things that I love rather than what could make me the most money.
The problem with the giving blood part is not really not being able to give blood. You could give blood after a certain while, but you have to be careful who does your tattoo. You have to make sure they're working with sanitary conditions, their machines are clean. We try to use disposable tubes now, rather than having to clean steel or metal tubes. So it's just like one use, and you throw them away. Some people don't have the correct equipment to sterilize the tattoo machines. So if you're gonna get a tattoo, do your research. Any tattoo artist you go by, ask them how they dispose of their inks that they already used and how they clean their machines. The idea is that you want to prevent cross-contamination so that you don't get stuff like hepatitis and other things which can get in your bloodstream, and that's the reason why you can't give blood and that kind of thing. You don't want to get any kind of disease.
There's a good few misconceptions when it comes to tattoos. You can't give blood after 6 months because the inks now are way more prominent and they're mostly natural, a lot of them. A lot of misconceptions would be like, it's super painful. It really isn't. It's uncomfortable. But I wouldn't necessarily say it's unbearable to be like, it's really painful. That you won't be able to get work after. Some jobs, yes, like if you want to be a lawyer, also the army and the police. But some police officers just keep their tattoos above their uniform. They have no problem with that once it's just not in the open. But like doctors and business people, all of those facets of like professional careers actually don't really have that much of a problem with tattoos. Just keep it reasonable and keep it appropriate. I had uncles and cousins who had tattoos, and their parents would say, you'll never be able to get a job, what people think of you. Yeah, a lot of those. But from talking to them personally, a lot of the times that's not really the problem. According to where you get the tattoo or what the tattoo is of, you might get a little bit of pushback, but it doesn't really affect your life that much, to be honest, yeah.
Well, I don't think they have any more misconceptions anymore. The whole thing about tattoos today now is everybody just trying to, I suppose, trying to guide people to give them, well, at least that's how I still do it. I try to help you make a good decision. I don't want you to just come and get a tattoo on a whim. Yeah, I can do that too. I can tattoo you and take your money and so on. And just, I don't do those kind of things. So my job is not just really to give you a tattoo. It's to help you make a good decision. I want you to make a good decision. Don't go and put something stupid on. Stupid is not cool.
I personally love tattoos, but I wouldn't necessarily advocate it because I feel like it's the same thing as telling someone that skydiving is fun. That is really up to you and what you enjoy doing with your time. If you're not sure about it, I will never push you to get it. Yeah, I feel like it's something that you need to sit with, think about, and make a sure, strong decision on, because this is going to be on your body for the rest of your life.
I will mostly tell them, take your time, think about what you want to get. Don't rush into it. Don't do it because friends doing it. Think about what you want to get. Don't think about what are the trendy stuff. Like, you know, all the birds, the feathers, the infinity signs, that kind of stuff. Try and get something that's meaningful to you, that represents your personality, and that you know you're not going to be ashamed of when you're much older. Just don't do like stuff spur the moment.
Think about how you feel about you. That's always the first thing I always ask people. How do you feel about you? How do you see you? So little things like that. That would be like the first thing I would tell somebody. How do you feel about you? Base your decision to do a tattoo, or base your decision on the design choice based on something like that. So make a good decision in your assessment of self.
Understanding tattoos can be very complex, but through this process, I've learned more about them and the connotations of getting one. I would still like to get one, but I wouldn't want to put something on that is not meaningful to me. I see them as art, but also as a commitment. To express yourself, you need to know yourself, something that I am still trying to do. I would have to save for one, get a design that reflects my life. But when I do get one, I won't let society define what it means to me. I'm not getting a tattoo for anyone else but me. It's my story. It's my life. It's me.
On TV and like documentaries, and like normally persons who just have tattoos is normally they'll see themselves like criminals, or it does make them seem bad in a sense.
Okay, so I find them rather cool. However, growing up I was always told that I wasn't supposed to get one, so I just never decided to get one, but I always find them really cool. I find the people that do them are really brave in order to get one, so yeah.
I wouldn't, because I don't like things that are too permanent. And that kind of scares me, like the fact that they'll remain there. Like, I'll get bored of seeing it.
My first tattoo was actually my name on my arm. Pretty bad decision, not a bad decision, but, you know, to start off with. And I was just like, you know, I'm gonna try that. And, you know, it worked out.
Most of my tattoos, I would say 90% is more towards biblical references and my children.